As the Omicron variant continues to surge, in order to keep kids in school, staff and community members are stepping up to fill some vacant positions. I'm Chris Warner with how that's coming together in the Northeast USD 246 district.
And we look at the impact COVID-19's Omicron variant is having on kids in Missouri.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
As Omicron surges and schools close because of staffing shortages, new plans are needed to keep kids in class. This is KOAM News at 6. KOAM's Chris Warner paid a visit to one local district working outside the box to fill open positions.
Elementary principal Kirsten Womble says Northeast USD 246 has been struggling with staffing issues like every other district in our area.
It's been a little difficult for us as a small town because we share subs with every district in the area.
But you wouldn't know that if you had paid a visit to one of their schools like we did. That's because everyone is stepping up.
It's been kind of neat seeing teachers that may teach 5th grade or junior high stepping into a kindergarten position for an hour or two. Kindergarten teachers experiencing junior high, experiencing custodial duties. It's been really nice to see them all step up.
They're getting help from beyond the halls of the school.
We actually have 3 parents that have called in and they've signed up to sub for us, which is really nice because they're only subbing for our district.
The superintendent is helping out too by passing out lunch in the cafeteria. Even Womble is lending a hand where needed.
I am an elementary school teacher through and through, and I taught junior high this week, and it was really eye-opening having a totally different age group of kids, along with working in the cafeteria and cleaning up any messes that we needed.
She's not the only one. A number of staff members are filling roles outside their comfort zone, including high school principal Russ Kramer.
I have my CDL and I'm able to drive a bus. This week I've been driving the bus in the morning and the afternoon because we have some bus drivers out.
Kramer says there's a benefit to stepping into something new.
Being able to step in and do a job that you're not normally doing gives you a new appreciation for what other people are doing around.
In Arma, Chris Warner, KOAM News.
Womble says they're going to continue doing everything in their power to keep kids in school and safe. Dr. Anthony Fauci says COVID vaccinations may be available to children under 5 as soon as next month. On average in this country, about 900 kids a day are being admitted to hospitals with COVID. Carter Evans is in Kansas City, Missouri, where parents are facing difficult choices.
At Children's Mercy Hospital.
You got it.
Of the 33 kids admitted with COVID, 7 are in the ICU.
We have young children all the way down to 3 months of age in the hospital without any pre-existing condition.
Dr. Angela Myers says the highly transmissible Omicron strain is mostly infecting kids who are unvaccinated, many because they're too young. Children's Mercy tested more than 3,700 kids last week, and more than a third came back positive. The numbers correlate with the state's low vaccination rate of just 22% for kids.
Should kids who are too young for vaccines be masking up in school?
100% kids should be masking in schools.
But COVID is now shutting down schools in Missouri. This month alone, 62 districts canceled classes because of staff shortages. The closures came after several districts removed mask requirements when the state attorney general threatened to sue them and take away their funding.
The COVID-19 virus remains a significant threat.
But in Kansas City, Mayor Quinton Lucas is keeping masks in schools.
When it comes to mask mandates, how far are you willing to take this?
We've been sued in state and federal courts. We're willing to go all the way to the Supreme Court.
His battle to keep kids safe is deeply personal.
My 9-month-old son came down with COVID. It was heartbreaking. I think it's my role to make sure, at least in my community, that we can keep people safe and protect our children.
And even when kids recover from COVID, just sending them home from the hospital can be a challenge, according to Dr. Alex Garza.
How do we send kids from our NICUs home when their parents have COVID? And we can't do that. So there's all these other social issues that are really being amplified by COVID.
Now, when the vaccine is approved for kids 2 to 4 years old, according to Dr. Fauci, it may require 3 doses to be fully effective. For now, doctors say the best way to protect kids who are too young for the vaccine is to get vaccinated yourself. Carter Evans, CBS News, Kansas City.
State education officials say COVID-19 has caused 62 Missouri school districts to temporarily close for 1 or more days in January. Department of Elementary and Secondary Education said that is 12% of the state's school districts. The district said the closings were needed because of lack of staff and high student absenteeism. The Odessa School District near Kansas City is having a virtual class day rather than closing today. Doug Heddy joining us now. First look at the forecast. Slowly getting warmer, I guess.
Yeah, it was still cold outside for us today, but we are heading in the right direction, and we're going to continue to do that as we go through the next few days. Pretty much clear skies for us today. We do have some clouds which are sneaking in, especially in our western counties. So partly cloudy skies tonight. A weak little wave is shooting to our north. Besides that, we're pretty good. Not too much is going on. Mid to upper 20s to near 30 degrees. So it is going to be cold once again during the evening hours, but at least the winds aren't too strong. You can see them kind of switching back out of the south. That's really going to help our temperatures out as we go through the next couple days. It's really going to allow our temperatures to warm up. So not a huge wind chill, mid to upper 20s to near 30 degrees. And through the evening hours, we slide back through the 20s and eventually about 18 to 20 degrees. So it is going to be a cold night, but it gets better. We're going to look at that here in just a bit.
All right, Doug, thanks so much. 4 staters today learned about elder care at Missouri Southern. It was the Elder Care Boot Camp. Participants learned about elder care and related issues like legal considerations and how to recognize elder abuse and neglect.
Working with social workers is really encouraging to me. I'm excited about that because from a legal standpoint, we are dealing with legal strategies. And working with social workers allows us to also increase the impact we have on a human and family connection.
The boot camp was led by an area attorney and health professional. Pittsburgh Multi-Generational Chorus is returning after a COVID-induced hiatus. The chorus is set to perform what was supposed to be its fall concert on Sunday at the Bicknell Family Center for the Arts. We got a look and listen at rehearsal today. The concert, you're going to love this. Feature love songs from the 60s and some more modern work.
I'm super excited for this year because the past 2 years it was either only parents could come to performances or nobody could come and it was just recorded, which you don't get that same feeling that you do with a full crowd.
Admission is free, masks are required. Later, KC Chiefs are set to try to punch their ticket to the 3rd straight AFC Championship game on Sunday. Tonight, the voice of the Chiefs will have a preview in a minute with Mitch, but first.
A young boy's wish is finally coming true, and it's all thanks to some familiar characters. I'm Bronte Sorotsky with those details.
In 2019, Oliver Ruth suffered a major stroke after fighting influenza. Now, at 5 years old, he's still receiving therapy and treatments for it. 2 years ago, the young boy was supposed to go to Disney World as part of a Make-A-Wish. Because of COVID, it was postponed. KON's Bronte Sorotsky tells us how he's finally getting his wish. Now his favorite Star Wars character was there to help.
Oliver has been waiting 2 years for his wish to come true. Today we are going to let Oliver know that your wish is coming true.
At 5 years old, Oliver Ruth has dealt with hardships.
Oliver had a stroke and then he was referred to Make-A-Wish by his Children's Mercy neurologist in Kansas City.
His mother Amanda says, it's been hard.
It hasn't been an easy road at all, so we're still going to therapies and many doctor visits.
But on Friday, Oliver and his family didn't have to think about all of that.
And you're going to go to Disney World to the Galaxy's Edge. We made a poster for you that you're going to take home.
Instead, he received a big surprise from his classmates and Make-A-Wish. Now they get to focus on getting ready for an all-expenses-paid trip to Disney World in Florida.
They have therapy and they have the doctor's appointments, and this is a week that he gets to eat ice cream for breakfast if he chooses and go on as many roller coasters as he wants as he chooses.
But for Oliver, the best part?
I fight him.
Meeting his favorite Star Wars character.
When you touch his lightsaber, your hand gets cut off.
Him and his brothers, they play with lightsabers all the time at home, so it's like a constant Star Wars battle.
For his mom, watching him get to live out that in real life was a dream.
I was happy that he was getting to live his dream, so something he's always wanted to do.
And Oliver says he's excited to meet all of his favorite Star Wars characters.
Yeah, like the Death Trooper.
In Neosho, Bronte Sorotsky, KOAM News.
Enjoy that trip, Oliver. No one asked about Oliver choosing Darth Vader as his favorite. Make-A-Wish says they just hope he doesn't actually go over to the dark side. Stay sweet, Oliver. Stay sweet. A bit later, Chiefs offensive coordinator might not be in Kansas City. We're going to look at where he might be headed in sports.
Plus another cold night for us tonight, but we are going to start to warm things back up. We're going to check that out coming up. Well, it turned out to be an okay Friday. It is Friday. We're heading into the weekend, which is always nice, but temperature is still pretty cold for us today. But we are going to get better as we go through the next few days. Nice shot, Indigo Sky Casino and Resort. Of course, Indigo, just outside of Seneca, Missouri. It's Friday, so the parking lot is filling up. Looks pretty good, actually, weather-wise, as we head into the weekend. Temperatures are going to be quite a bit warmer than what we have seen over the past couple days. It's not warm right now. It's actually kind of cold. Mid to upper 20s to near 30 degrees, and I think we'll drop back into the upper teens. Now, that is better because we were in the single digits over the past couple nights. So at least we're heading in the right direction. The winds have slowly kind of cranked around toward the southeast. This will start to help us warm up as we go into the weekend as well. The winds are fairly light, so we don't have much of a wind chill. They're pretty close to our actual temperature, but it's going to feel a little bit colder than what it actually is as we go through the evening hours. We're going to slide back through the 20s down to about 18 to 20 degrees, which that's cold, but we are going to warm up. Outside right now, we've had pretty much clear skies, but you can see some clouds starting to increase on the Kansas and the Oklahoma side. So let's call it partly cloudy skies for us tonight and then again into tomorrow. There's a weak little wave. It's shooting to our north. It's not really going to affect us, but if we look out toward the west, there's not a whole bunch going on. This system will kind of split around us, and then if you look behind it, it's pretty dry. So our weather looks pretty good as we go through the next few days. We're not going to have any big storm systems rolling in. All right, let's break down the next few days for you. Let's go into tomorrow morning. Partly cloudy, upper teens. So a cold start. As we go through the day, we warm up through the 20s, through the 30s, into the 40s, and the 40s are where we should be for this time of the year. So at least we're going in the right direction. 19 to start, 40 by noon, high temp of 45. Very light westerly wind at about 5 to 10, but overall, Saturday, pretty good. Tomorrow night, not as cold. We drop back into the mid-20s. Let's go into Sunday. Sunday looks great. I think we're going to press 50 degrees during the afternoon. Now, if you're traveling north, I-49, Arrowhead Stadium, as we head into Sunday evening. Kickoff, big game against the Bills, 5:30. Temperatures into lower 40s. We'll drop back into the 30s, but overall, pretty good for January. By the time we head into Sunday night, not as chilly. We drop back into lower 30s for overnight lows. We do have a storm system, mainly to our south on Monday. Most of the rain will stay south. We may get a random shower in here, maybe a random snow shower in here late Monday night into Tuesday morning. We cool down behind it on Tuesday into Wednesday, and then as we head into Thursday, our next little wave will roll in, maybe some light little snow showers, but overall, we don't have any big storm systems over about the next 10 days or so. 18 tonight, 45 tomorrow, 51 on Sunday, 57 on Monday, cold front, 37 on Tuesday, and back into the 40s on Wednesday and Thursday.
No complaints, just no more snow. I'm sick of snow.
Already?
Yeah.
We got another month or so to go.
All right, thanks so much. Yep. Coming up in sports, it's semifinal night at the Four-State Raider Classic in Frontenac. And Chiefs offensive coordinator Eric Bieniemy interviews for a head coaching position for a division rival. Jacob Leonard has that and more next.
Well, tonight is semifinal night at the Four-State Raider Classic at Frontenac High School. On the boys' side, the tournament host Raiders are in the semifinals tonight, taking on the Life Prep Fire. The winner of this one moves on to the tournament championship tomorrow. The game actually already started. Frontenac up 37-33 at halftime. We'll have highlights from this one right here tonight at 10. We'll also have highlights from this one. The Frontenac girls are in the semifinals this evening, facing the Fort Scott Tigers. It's actually the first game of the tournament for Frontenac after their first round game was canceled. That one will begin around 7 p.m. And more tournament action here. The Carthage and Carl Junction girls meet tonight. Semifinals of the Bill Hanson Memorial Tournament in Pittsburgh. Right now, Carthage leads 23-20 at halftime. Have the highlights tonight at 10. The Kansas City Chiefs are in the Final Four in the AFC playoffs. Kansas City welcomes in the Buffalo Bills on Sunday, aiming to move on to the conference championship. Like we do every Friday on game week, right now it's time to hear from the voice of the Chiefs, Mitch Holthus, in this week's Minute with Mitch.
It was before Andy Reid's first playoff game as head coach of the Chiefs in 2013. He had had so much playoff success in Philadelphia and Green Bay. I asked him what was the biggest key to postseason wins. He didn't hesitate. He said the trenches on both sides of the ball. He goes, it's always important, but in the playoffs, it's magnified. Now, the NFL's two hottest quarterbacks from the Super Wild Card round, Buffalo's Josh Allen, 5 TD passes, and the Chiefs' Patrick Mahomes, 5 TD passes, now meet in the divisional playoff round. But it's the quarterback who gets to do what he planned and what he wants to do who will win this game. And for both Allen and Mahomes, it doesn't take a lot. But the winner of the playoff trench warfare for these two quarterbacks wins this game on this Minute with Mitch. The Minute with Mitch is brought to you by Como Jewelry. Every day's game day, Como Jewelry, Pittsburgh, Joplin.
That Chiefs-Bills game begins at 5:30 on Sunday evening right here on KOAM. The Chiefs, by the way, are 1.5-point favorites. On other Chiefs news, offensive coordinator Eric Bieniemy is interviewing today with the Denver Broncos for their open head coaching position. Bieniemy has been the Chiefs OC for the last 4 years. He was the team's running backs coach before that. Bieniemy interviewing for jobs is not really anything new. This is actually his 11th head coaching interview in the last 4 seasons. That's a look at sports. We're back with more news after this.
Take time now to honor a local veteran. Corporal James Lyman Pender served in the U.S. Army, his hometown, Columbus, Kansas, and we are proud to thank and salute Corporal James Lyman Pender. He's tonight's 4-state hero. To learn more about other heroes, if you'd like to nominate your own, just log on to our website. See it right there, KOAMnewsnow.com. Here's a look at what's coming up tonight. KOAM News at 9 on Fox 14. Going to learn about a new requirement from the IRS, facial recognition to access data. Also, warning about scams involving fraudulent QR codes. And a 19-year-old lands back home in Belgium after securing her spot as the youngest woman to fly around the globe. That, of course, much more coming your way tonight. KOAM News at 9 on Fox 14. I like football, but not like these two. And so the whole commercial break, you guys were still talking about the upcoming Chiefs game.
Yeah, we do that often around here.
Yeah, that's kind of what we do.
So briefly tell us what you think is going to happen.
What you think and what you want, I think, are a little different.
Tell Leonard I want to blow them out.
Yeah.
I feel comfortable. I want to be up by 28-0, 35-0 at half. I want to blow them out. We're not going to blow them out. I'm hoping we don't get blown out. When I say we, I'm talking about the Chiefs. I know I'm not part of the Chiefs, but I'm still claiming the we. I think it's going to be a good game. I'm really nervous, though.
And the weather, as you said, looks
going to be fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. Perfect up there.
You want to talk more about the weather?
Sure. Tomorrow,
Okay.
we're going to go up to about 45, 51 here on Sunday. So the weekend, not too shabby.
Final sports note.
I'm about to run out of here. Semifinals of the Southeast Lancer Classic. Columbus and Erie play at 7 o'clock. We'll have those highlights as well tonight at 10.
All right. Thanks so much for joining us. We'll see you at 10.
Salon services